Hi, Janelle Ryan here from Sky High Coaching, and welcome to video 3 of my 5-part video series, How to Take a Quantum Leap. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to another principle of quantum leaping, and that is focusing on where you want to land. So if you reflect back on the activity we did in video 1, you were very focused on where you were going to land on the floor. And I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that you did land in that exact position. So what does this look like in our real lives? I want to give you an example of a client success story, and I really want to highlight that this is not the first time this has happened. This exact scenario has happened multiple times with multiple clients, but of course I can only pick one to give you today. So let's call him Tom. Tom started working with me because he was unhappy in the role he was working in and he wanted to move on. He had been looking for roles, but nothing had, really called out to him. Nothing had inspired him to move forward. He'd actually even been on a few interviews, but when he sat down and spoke to the potential employer about the role, it just wasn't rocking him. It wasn't lighting him up at all. So we started to do some work around what it was he actually wanted to step into. What did his ideal perfect role look like? And I gave him some homework to write his own position description. I gave him, I sort of gave him the outline of how to do this. And he went away and returned to me on our next call with this beautifully prepared position description. He wanted this job. This was the perfect role for him, down to the hours, the location, the tasks, the responsibilities, and the money, what he wanted to be paid. So we focused on it. We knew that it was crystal clear. The vision was crystal clear. It couldn't have been clearer. It was a written out position description, right? He focused on it. This is one of the main principles of quantum leaping. And then he moved into a couple of the other principles that we haven't got to yet in this video series. Cut a long story short, within months, in fact, not many months, I could nearly say weeks, he was contacted by a recruiter via LinkedIn, a recruiter he'd never heard of. That recruiter was reaching out to him to ask him if he was interested in applying for a role that she had sitting on her desk right now. It was the exact role that he had created for himself, down to the title. And this title was intricate. This title was not lawyer or accountant or barista or school teacher. It was quite an intricate title. A little different, and that it wasn't I'll be honest, it wasn't the exact title of the role. All the words were in the title, but they were in a different order. We can live with that. And of course, he stepped straight into the role. He went and met with the organization. He loved the sound of them and the role. They loved him. Of course, he loved the role. He made it up. He created it. They loved him, and now he's in there working very happily. And as I said before I start to tell you the story, this is not the first time this has happened. This is especially when this comes to careers and writing your own job description. I've seen this happen multiple times. So this is a principle of quantum leaping, focusing on the end result, but also knowing exactly what that looks like is crucial. Now, this can be any area of your life. What I want my health and fitness to look like, what I want my bank account to look like, what I want my next client to look like, what I want my business to look like, what I want my love life to look like, what I want my energy to look like, what I want my next holiday to look like. Getting crystal clear on what that looks like, and then focusing on the end rather than the means, focusing on the what rather than the how is a primary key of quantum leaping. Now, as human beings, some of us don't love this principle all that much because we want to know the how. But how will I get there? How will it happen? How will it appear? What do I need to do? Now, don't get me wrong, we don't just sit on our butts and do nothing. We work within the principle, but sometimes we need to just allow some chaos to happen. Sometimes we need to trust. Sometimes we need to trust and have faith. And you know what? I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to leave it at that. So that is another principle of quantum leaping. If you want to know more, I've got some more videos coming. If you want even more than that, if you want to start quantum leaping with me guiding you, right next to you, holding your hand every step of the way, you'll learn every principle, you will start leaping, you will start implementing them. I will be here to support you, as will a whole beautiful group of people just like you doing exactly the same thing. We're going to be doing this from Wednesday, the 26th of August. So for 6 weeks. So within a couple of months, you could be quantum leaping. Your life could be one of freedom and joy and ease and grace, no matter what's going on externally around you. We have some beautiful bonuses, including a 2-for-1 special until next Wednesday, the 19th. So if this does interest you, if you're curious, I do suggest you don't hesitate, which is, I'm just sneaking in another principle of quantum leaping. We hold back because of fear when we should be moving forward. If it calls out to you, if your spidey senses are tingling, or what I call a quantum quiver is happening, if you're feeling that inside you, it might be a signal to check this out and join us, and not to delay, because these specials go away from the 19th, so on the 20th. Thank you so much for watching. Look out for tomorrow's video where I'll be bringing you another principle of quantum leaping. Enjoy.